Hey, what's up? It's MrTacpans, right? There's so much more I can do. Nursery rhymes, playing with words. It's all a word game. It's all about words. If I say the wrong word, you're going to come and get me. I just had somebody tell me that I know absolutely nothing. I should tuck everything in my house, pack everything up, go down to the store, buy myself a rifle, he told me, and turn it on myself. That's the kind of message I just got. I don't think this guy knows that I'm writing a book. A book with no name that means absolutely nothing, that's going absolutely nowhere unless you make something of it go somewhere in your mind. Otherwise, it's nothing. Is there facts that are happening in this world that will stand by of who I am? Of course. I'm a numerologist. You can never find out what I'm doing or understand anything that I'm doing. I see things in between and beyond they ever were. The numbers are what created everything that we do see. Just because I don't know everything, I'm not a know-it-all. Although I think I did have a heart attack on Friday. I have to go to the hospital tomorrow. Everybody's bothering me to go. Everybody tells me the same thing. Anyways, what I came on to do right now is pretty simple. I did work on a lot of things. One of the things I worked on is the dice. The one point I'm going to make the dice, I'm going to keep it very short because obviously I might say something now and tomorrow I might say, oh, made a mistake. But I can't make a mistake on this because I'm holding up the dice. What do you see? 1, 3, 2. What do I see? 4, 5, 6. So you see what you see on your side, I see the complete opposite on my side. Why does the dice only go up to 6? Why is the 4 a neighbor? Why is the 3 standing behind it? Why is the 6 back there and the opposite one? All in question. Just want to show you one thing on the dice. The 5 stands next to the 4. You see the corners of the 5 on that side? They touch the corners of the 4. Therefore, they can transmit the energy, right? Now the 4 can transmit to the 2. Now if we look on the top corner, what is actually the transmitting corner? Is the 1 center. So we can't use that one. We have the 6. The 4 connects to the 6 and to the 5. The 4 connects to 2 corners of the 5 and 2 corners of the 6. That's your connection, 4, 5, 6, D, E, F. They represent it on the dice. If they didn't represent it on the dice, do you see this? 3. Look at the 5. You see the way it touches the top corner? On the other side, it touches the 2 on the bottom corner. If they turn this around, that 3 goes the same angle as the 2, and they don't cross, they don't match, they don't meet, they don't connect. 2 and 3 creation is made to connect to 2, to 3, to 5. Beta creation 2 and 3 equals 5, 4, and the opposite of what creation is all about, man, and 1 is 6. So that's all Irishkite, right? Because you can say, oh, you made it all up. Of course I made it all up. Everything in the world is made up until we have the reason to make it up, and then the answer for the reason that makes up for what we made up, to show you that whatever was made up is actually believable because it works out somehow, some way, whether in numbers or whatever it is. Now what I want to show you is the American flag. Can I get this down here and show you the American flag? Right there. That's the American flag. How come you don't recognize it? I'm going to help you. Okay? First of all, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 stars. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 stars. 6 and 5 is 11. 1 on this side, 1 on this side is 11. Why do I do this? Because in order to make the world even, okay, it's 9 high by 11 wide. 11 wide by 9 high. 11, 9. So like you don't think it's made up for us to know this? It's 11, 9. Tic-tac-toe, 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 tic-tac-toe. This section is left out. This is basically what they say, the 4 corners, okay? The 4 pillars. Inside here is 40 stars. On Monopoly, it's 40 to go around, and it's 40 to game a life. There's 5 stars on the outside here. There's 5 stars on the outside here. Freedom, liberty of 55. There are 10 stars, 5 and 5 on each side. The 10 is the number of man, our 10 world that we live in. We have 5 in a row, And then we have 4 in a row, excluding the lines at the end, because this is the alpha beta lines, the alpha omega lines. We're going to count what's in the center. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 54, 45, Fox and Love. Right here in the star. 11 by 9. 6 and 5, 11. And then we get to the red stripes. 7 stripes and 6 stripes. The spirit of man. So if you don't think the American flag is talking about everything about this world, it totally is. And that's why it's happening in the U.S., the place of liberty, because it's liberty that destroys. Because when you bring one end of something up, the other end goes down. If your strike for liberty is the question of what does your liberty mean? What is the quality of your liberty? What is liberty? L-I-B-E-R-T-Y. That's pretty funny. E-R-T-Y is exactly in a row on the 3rd row of the keyboard. T-Y, that ends with liberty, is time of the division of 4 and 6. The Y, okay, is the 25th letter. 2 and 5 is 7. 2 and 5 is the passage. So the liberty of 2 and 5, the passage is your freedom of 55, if you follow me. So we have 7 stripes and 6 stripes. 7 times 6, 42. The back door of 42, 10, 10, is 86. Now, we have 42. 2 times 4 is 8. 2 plus 4 is 6. We have the same 86 that came to make the 10, 10. So we know the number's right, because it came around and went around and came to be the same thing. So that's the American flag. I did a thing on John F. Kennedy. The name John, isn't it funny? Jack is 25, but the name John is 47. Jack, 25, is the passage for all jacks of anything that can come into this world. They call it a jack of all trades because it's whatever you come into this world, it is the trade of what you get when you come from the heavens, whatever that might be. But John has a letter count of 47. The opposite of John is Christ. 47 is time, 74 is Christ. If you add the numbers from 1 to 36 up and you look into the 2nd row over here, that's number 74. Kennedy, okay, over here, do I have a letter count for Kennedy? Look at that count for Kennedy. 68. The same 68 I was talking about. John F. Kennedy matches in his numerology the numbers on the American flag. So they took him out because that was perfect. In order to have creation, you can't have perfection. It doesn't work. I might be guessing, but you know what? When things are even, nothing changes. You add a little bacteria, now you got something wrong, or something's changing, or evolution. So now you have the American flag. Another thing I wanted to say is the word day in numerology is 30. Creation world is 30. Diaz, which is day in Spanish, is 33. That stands for creation. And backwards, Diaz, is as said, is done. It's an expression that goes together because D-I-A-S, Diaz, which means day in Spanish. I love Spanish. I don't know why. I really love Spanish. I like Asian. Okay. The other one is sky. What do you think the numerology would be for sky is? 55. Freedom 55 goes into the sky. But in Spanish, it's cielo. And that's 44 letter count. You know what the 44 letter count is? It means space. Sky and space. You put sky and space together with Spanish and English, you get 99. 99 to 10-10 count of 99 is 11. Now you got man 11, who came in when he Lenin, 11-9, okay, because we have 11 separations on the U.S. flag by 9 high. We have 7 red stripes and 6 white stripes. 7 and 6 is 13. 1 and 3 is 4. Now we covered the 4 corners. It's the letter M, okay, whatever you want to talk about. There's just so many things all over the place that came in. And now I'm going to try and show you so you can read it yourself, if anything you want to read. See, there's the stars. I separated this. The rows go to the bottom. Why do they go to the bottom? You see, one of the reasons this is like this is because the world wraps around. But when you go to the bottom, you're at the bottom. Okay? That's one of the reasons. Another thing for this is because there's a sky cap that goes on here, and there's a sky cap that goes on here. That's one of the reasons, really and truthfully, I mean, the way I see it, and I can be wrong, like I'm always wrong, so that's okay. But if you ever look at the flag, it's like you can wrap the flag around, curl in the bottom, and that's the shape of the earth. So the flag really, to me, looks like the shape of the earth. Does it really? It's a rectangle. The earth ain't flat. Put a little gravity, shove something in the center, it'll wrap itself up. It'll be like a package. We'll call the package, I don't know. Looks a little blue. It's got a little orange coming in from yellow and red, Spirit and Christ. Might call it Earth. It'd be nice to live on Neptune, wouldn't it? That Neptune planet is really blue. We could be inside that planet, and that's why we see the blue from a distance, because we're looking at ourselves. And then again, I could be wrong, because 2 Venus, the 10 is 8 heaven. So would they put us on that planet with the mind of Mars and Saturn connecting moons? Let me see what else I got here in my playbook. Okay. I've done this one before, and I'm going to do it again. On the dice, in craps, if you roll a 5 or you roll a 9, the payout is the same. In craps, if you roll an 8 or a 6, the payout is the same. In craps, if you roll a 4 or a 10, the payout is the same. These numbers are to bring this to a 10-10 world. Freedom 55 comes from the 1 spirit of birth, the freedom passage into the world. The 5 hole in the 1 spot. The 8 heaven is a 2 Venus, comes into Saturn, connected to Mars. In between would be Jupiter. Okay? 2 and 4, 2 times 4, 2 plus 4, make the same result. The payout is 7 to 6, the spirit of man. 13. The last one is 4 and 10. The payout is 9 to 5. Now I'm going to show you something. 9 to 5 payout. 9 times 5 is 45, which would be the number of the fox. Okay? The fox, because the communication, these numbers, okay, are definite numbers, which means it's a whole. This tells you it's the angel, which means the opposite of man. This tells you it's 10, means you have angel and man, 4 and 6. The only other way to get 10 is 55, and that's a freedom and another payout. It's 9 to 5. 9 by 5 is 45, plus man for 10 equals to 55. And that's what this is. This is a freedom number because it's all singularity. It means man 6, it means the angel 4, it means the 10. This pays 9 to 5. This pays 7 to 6. 7 times 6 is 42, plus the 10 for man is 52. 6 and 8 stand for man. 6 is a value of 62. Heart and earth is a value of 52, and heart and earth mean 8. Okay? Now we have 9 by 5 is 45. Okay? 7 by 5 is 35, which means the 8 pass. Okay? The 5, freedom 55, or the 5 and 9, your birth and 1 spirit give you the freedom pass. Add 10 to it is 45, and 45 means you connected to the past. That's the foxhole, which would be this. This is the foxhole, freedom of 45. 4 and 5 equals to the 9. So these are all the odds and ends out in craps. 5 and 9 is 14, 8 and 6 is 14, 4 and 10 is all 14. 5, 5, 5. All the freedom numbers, okay? This 5, okay, would be the letter N. This would be the letter E. This would be the letter W. W-E-N, when. Put in the H for the heaven 8, and you have the whole when. Just add the H to the E-N, and you have the hen, the chicken. What else did we have here? A, B, C, D. AC on one line, DC on the other line. AC on one line, DC on the other line. AC, DC. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Freedom 55 is the connection of 4 here, D to 5, okay, which is 45. This is the foxhole. Or man on this side, which would be a 6 number, really and truthfully, because we have to show the difference, but it's actually the 4th letter, or the 4th one, or the 4th level. And in the 2nd level, D, okay, when you get to A, B, C, D, it's the M letter, because M is the 13th letter, 1 and 3 is 4. So now you have M, which is 4, and D, which is 4, which is medical, doctor. 13 in the 4th letter, okay, takes total of 17. 7 and 1 is 8. He's a doctor of the heavens. So the numbers really do have to go together because the world was created this way. So I found some sort of little recipe that seems to work for me, for my mind. But my mind is not everybody's mind's business. My mind is my business. My mind is to come out here, and certain things that I show you is because I need a little, can I say, relativity to what I think about Israel, about China. It's one world. It's pretty simple. This is the whole world. How do I think I can make it better? How do I think the world works? I think it works like this. This turns on each other. And that's the way the world thinks. I think we were opened up like this, like a can of worms. Okay. I'm really behind in my stuff. I've done a lot of drawing and a lot of little pictures. Do I have one cute little picture to show you? I did draw a cute little picture. And I got to show my cute little pictures if I can find them. Just, it's very cute. Oh, yes. Okay. First of all, let me tell you how they discovered TV. Okay. They discovered TV when they opened the passage for the freedom of 55. But if you take a 5 and put it this way and give it freedom, it closes the other way and it goes to a 2 and there's no freedom. The odd numbers bring in the freedom. Turn the 5 around to a 2 and it brings no freedom. But what it does, it leaves a passage for vision, okay, and the power of the mind. 5 and 2. Looks like a TV set, doesn't it? Here's where we are. Here's a C, here's a C. Creation of Christ. Here's a big 0. If you put them together, it sort of looks like this. Okay, now I'm going to show you something. 9 plus 4 equals how much? Forget it. 9 and 4 equals what is the question. 9 and 4 equals 9. When transmission is made through the numbers, you got to make sure that if you're using square paper, that your lines fit on the square paper. You can't cheat. I can't cheat because I follow the lines. 9 over 4 still equals 9. The 4 does not change the 9 because the 9 is everything. But wait, it's not. Because the 1 splits the 9 in half. The 7 splits the 9 in half. The 5, okay, goes over the 9 and creates an 8. Why does that happen? Because the 5 over the 9 means the passage 5 with the 9 birth makes a birth in this world. And 9 over 5, when you draw them on top of each other, turns into an 8. It's just like that. So I'm going to draw a whole series of numbers and show you how they change and explain to you, knowing that the 1 spirit is this, and the 7 is this, and the 4 is this. When I draw the design over each other, it gives you a new number, and there's a reason for it, and I'm going to explain to you those reasons. Because I know it all. I know everything. I know everything that's in my hand. And that's it. So I know everything that's in my head. And no more. The rest, I play it by ear. I sniff it out. I take a peek at it. And I learn. And I make mistakes. And I'm not always right. But it doesn't hurt to warn people about what you think of your visions because of the numbers that have come together in my life. In my life. I am MrTacpans. You want to see something here? I got a couple of people. There's 2 of them. There's 3 of my cats just right here sleeping. Is there any other cats? Ooh, look at that big cat, the orange one. Nothing up there. There's 3 more over there. And if you want another brick on the wall, that's what you got. That's my wall. My wall in an apartment owned by somebody else, under the roof of another who's on top of me, where somebody is below. So you always have to really, this is my space, so I'm comfortable in it. And thank you very much. I am 7286. I think that I've made a connection between I think it's Meta, Pegasus, and guess what? I forgot to mention this before. But in Reboot, Andreas came out of the game. Andromeda, she looks like she has chains hovering over Pegasus, which is like Frisket. The other thing is Neo in the Matrix and Enzo in Reboot. They're both Matrix movies. They use the same name. ENZO. 5586. 55, Freedom 55, and 86. Heaven and man. Instead of the spirit of man, it's heaven and man. It's the heavens and man. It's all of the heavens and man. I'm going to let it go right now. Let there be peace amongst everybody. We know we're looking at some hard times very, very soon. But believe, just believe, just believe. Do the right thing and believe, and it'll all turn around, and it won't take too long. It all takes within a couple of years. And what was good is bad. It will be worse, and it'll get better. And it'll get better for a long time. A long time.